If you guys want the fastest way to improve your aim, get some Control Freaks for cheap. Use code GOBLIN for 10% off and improve your aim today. Link in the description. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to the Call of Duty World War II video. Now in today's video, I'm very excited because I was playing today with this new Orso SMG. It is new, but it's kind of not new. It's been out for like over a week now, I think. And this SMG is freaking awesome. At first when this gun came out, I didn't know how good it would be and how it would actually fit into the meta of Call of Duty World War II, but after playing with it, and this gameplay I get right here is really honestly a good gameplay. I didn't know how good it was going until, you know, the end scoreboard actually, because I was just playing and talking to my friends. But if you guys could drop a like on this video, let's go for 218 likes. That would be awesome if you could hit that. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and not already subscribed. I appreciate everyone who likes my videos, comments, subscribes. You guys are my motivation and my reason for, you know, uploading every single day and, you know, pumping these Call of Duty World War II videos out. And of course, the Orso SMG. This is what I want to talk about today, and I'm pretty excited. Now, this gameplay here, I believe the final score is 73-10 with non-lethal. So, if you think about that, with non-lethal kill streaks, that means I got every single kill with my gun, or with the grenade, of course, because I'm tossing the grenade every single life. But definitely this gun has an awesome place in this game. And I think that the health regen changes that came into Call of Duty World War II in that last patch really do help SMG players and make rushing more viable. And like a map like Flak Tower, you're going to take damage from the right side, from the left side, from the middle. So having that extra health regen or sped up health regen in the new patch really is helpful for a gun like this. Now, the Orso SMG, first of all, talk about how to get this gun. Now, the best way to get this gun is just to straight up buy the Epic Liberation, I think it's called, or Liberator from the collections. It costs about 6,000 or 7,000 armory credits. It might be 8,000, somewhere around there. I bought it the day that it came out because it's not too pricey. If you guys do play the game and you save up your armory credits, you should have enough to buy it. If not, of course, you can wait until the contract comes available through Major Howard. I think it just was available a couple days ago, but it'll cycle back around and then you can unlock it for free. But what this SMG reminds me of is it reminds me of a mix between the Vector from BO2 and the Vesper from BO3. Now, that's sort of a weird mix, but let me explain why it reminds me of that. Now, the Vector from BO2, because of the look of the gun, I guess you could say, the iron sights, it's sort of a mix between the MP5 and the Vector. That's what I would say the look of the gun is, and that's why it reminds me of that. And as far as the Vesper, because of its super fast fire rate, and the recoil is similar to how the Vesper recoil was in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and similar to how recoil is a lot of the time in Call of Duty, which is up and to the right. Most of the time, it is sort of inconsistent, but it's up and to the right, the recoil on this gun, and I definitely think this gun does have a spot in this game. Now the question is, where does this gun fit? Because as far as fast firing guns right now, we have 3 of them, or fast firing SMGs at least, like really fast ones. You have, of course, the WAF 28, the M19 28, the Thompson, and then this Orso. Now, where I think this falls in, I think the WAF 28 would be the worst of the 3. I think the Thompson would probably be the best, but it's close with this Orso. I think the Thompson has worse iron sights, but less recoil. That's what I would say with that one, and that's definitely where I would put it in terms of, I would put the Orso and the Thompson. If you want a fast-firing gun, you want to do damage, those are the guns you want to pick. Now, let's talk about a class setup for this gun. The class setup is pretty simple, as are, you know, class setups in this meta right now. What meta basically just means what's currently going on in World War II is there's a lot of different grenade spam, and especially on a map like this, you have to pretty much run Hunker, especially if you're playing with an SMG. I just think it's pretty much, you have a decision between either Armored, which gives you grenade, you know, basically gives you a version of Hunker. Grenade makes you immune to grenades or take less damage from grenades right there. Flak Jacket, or you can take the if you take any other of the divisions, you can take Hunker. So I don't think Armored works too well with an SMG, so that's why I would take Hunker on my class setup, and I would run it with the Airborne. Now the other question before we get to the attachments is the suppressor. Now earlier before this gameplay, I was using it with the suppressor on Point du Hoc. Now the reason why I ran the suppressor on Point du Hoc, but I chose not to run the suppressor on Flak Tower, is because on Point du Hoc, It's really the people you're going to be facing are going to be right beside you down in the trenches. And a suppressor, even though you may think it does less damage, it doesn't do less damage except over range. Now, on a map like Flak Tower, I know I'm going to be hitting people, and range is subjective. You know, range with an SMG is a lot different from range with a sniper. Range with an SMG could be across this middle area on Flak Tower, and that's why I decided to go with no silencer on this gun. In my personal opinion, after testing both of them out, I prefer to rock this gun without a silencer, and that's what I rock with most of my SMGs nowadays. And you know, I think it's even better to run no silencer now because after this new update, a lot of people are trying to level up their resistance division. This guy got a crazy, was it a quad feed off the spawn or something? Absolutely ridiculous. Does he get the fourth one? I got 3 of them off the spawn. But what was I talking about? Yeah, the resistance division. With that update, what came out, basically a lot of people are running Scrambler on their resistance division. So if people on your team have Scrambler and they're near enemies, they're not paying attention to the minimap because they can't see the minimap. It's actually scrambled. So there's never been a better time to go unsilenced than right now. You may think that's a small change, but at least it probably won't be big in the future. But as of right now, a lot of people are running the Scrambler and the resistance, and it can be pretty annoying when it happens on the enemy team. Of course, it's also helpful because you know, okay, an enemy's near me, let me just post up, and you can usually tell where they're coming from if you're, you know, a smart player and an experienced player. But that's what I have to say about running it unsilenced. As far as SMGs, I prefer most of them unsilenced. The Type 100 I like kind of with the silencer. The PPSH can be good with the silencer too, and the Sten. But most of them I prefer just to run unsilenced. It's the same with this one. Now, as far as the 2 attachments on this gun, pretty straightforward stuff. The first attachment is obvious. It's going to be a grip. Now, I went to the firing range like I do with all my guns before I make the class videos. I do some slight testing. Now, in the firing range, I shot it with grip and with my hand off the controller, and the recoil was crazy. This was with the grip equipped. The recoil crazy up to the right. So I said, do I even need to run a grip? I took the grip off, and it was out of this world. Much similar to the Vesper, where the recoil with the grip is still insane, but basically without the grip, it's unmanageable. So you're forced into running a grip. And as far as my next attachment here, I run with the extended mags, because on a gun like this that has 30 bullets, you're going to be running out of ammo fast because of its fire rate being super quick. Reload time, I'd say, is average on this SMG, but definitely having that those extra 15 bullets is a major key, and allows you to take out multiple targets in one fight, because each fight is going to take you probably 15 to 20 bullets. So you, with a normal clip, you have probably 1, maybe 2 kills, but with extended mags you have 2, maybe 3 kills out of that, and that's because it just fires so fast, and you should be spraying with SMGs. A lot of people think that players with high accuracy in their combat record means they're a good player. That could be true if you're a sniper or a shotgun player. Accuracy can definitely mean you're a good player. But for SMGs and assault rifles and normal guns, you want to be pre-firing. You want to be spraying. Call of Duty is a game of inches. It's a game of getting that one shot can change the whole gunfight. And don't be afraid to pre-fire. If you see a person coming around a corner, just hold the trigger down. They'll walk right into your fire. You know, it's a tactic that's been used in Call of Duty. And I see some people scared to do it because they think, oh, I'm not being accurate and blah, blah, blah. You want to spray, not necessarily spray and pray, but tactically spray with an SMG. And that's what I would say for that. As far as the rest of the class setup goes, just machine pistol works perfect with it, and a grenade. And I definitely think this Orso is a fun gun to use, and I do think that it's a really good gun. The only thing is the recoil, and once you can combat that recoil and realize it's up to the right, and how you counter recoil, I made a video on this like maybe a couple of weeks ago, a month ago. Basically, you go into the firing range, test the recoil pattern. Basically, just hold the trigger down and don't touch your thumbsticks. Then once you learn that recoil pattern, practice holding the trigger down and moving that right thumbstick down to the left a little bit, to the side, down to the left, and that will counter the recoil pattern. You can do that for multiple different guns, and that's why Call of Duty, you may think, oh, it's an easy game, you just go from gun to gun, which is true. It is one that's a very easy game to pick up, but to truly master a gun, you have to put in a lot of time to, especially a gun that has no recoil, it's very straightforward, but a gun that has recoil, to truly master it, and once you master that recoil and basically know how to pull down against the recoil, guns like this can become top tier, top of the line guns in the game. And similar to the way that the Vesper was my favorite gun in BO3, when it was, you know, at its high points. Of course, it was nerfed way down. I think this gun could become one of those, or the Thompson, or the M1941. All those fast-firing guns are for skilled players, and if you think you're a skilled player and can handle this gun, definitely, if you want to put the time in, you know, maybe get a couple hundred kills with this gun, test in the firing range, if you can master this gun, you can become an absolute legend with it. I haven't even mastered it yet, because I'm just used to playing with the Vesper, which really gave me some, you know, pre-existing experience. So if you're a Vesper player back in BO3, or any other high recoil, high to the right guns, FAMAS from Black Ops 1 after the nerf, PDW after the nerf, that's always what they do in Call of Duty, the high to the right recoil, but it is easy to counter once you get into the habit of it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. Definitely test out this class setup. It's a Hunker, Airborne, Extended Mags, and Grip with the Orso SMG. Best way to unlock it is either through collections if you have armory credits sitting around, or waiting on a Major Howard contract. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like on this thing, or not a contract from Major Howard, a special order. Drop a like if you guys made it to the end. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Sub for a cookie, and don't lookie. And that's about it, guys. Have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.